3 goals and a clean sheet. Pretty comfortable afternoon for you today.
Yeah, I think complete performance, to be honest. Everything we asked the players to do before the game, in terms of how we pressed, which I thought was fantastic. The amount of times we won the ball back high, and then the clean sheet that comes from the back five being really brave in terms of the starting distance. It allows the strikers to get after the ball, and I thought every single player, 2 midfielders, the shift they put in, everybody fully deserved that clean sheet. I think so much had one, not even safe to make. I think I had 1 shot on goal, so it shows you how good we were without the ball. If anything, I thought second half maybe could have been a wee bit more clinical when we did break on them, but apart from that, I've got no complaints, because I think the players fully deserved all the praise they get for the performance, because it's a massive 3 points, 3 goals and a clean sheet, so I'm delighted.
It must be so pleasing for you as the manager to see what you're working on happen on Saturday.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that the players can, trust the game plan that you put in place, but it's down to them. They're the ones that have to go and execute it, and really trust in it and believe in it. And I think we've seen that. I think the goal we scored, especially when Junior wins the ball back in the middle of the pitch and we break and we score on that transition. So it's something we identified with how St Johnstone like to play. They do play a lot of short passes, so we're able to try and get the ball back high, and I think it definitely works from that point of view. But I think all in all, as I've just said there, a complete performance and fully deserved the 3 points.
What can you say about Junior's performance at his stage of his career? Not just the quality, but the hunger he's got still.
I think that's why he's had the career he's had, and that's why when we had the opportunity to try and bring him here, he still has that appetite at his age to still want to play. He's still disappointed when he gets left out. He still trains incredibly well all the time, and he's just a fantastic role model and professional every day in the building. So that doesn't happen by accident. That's something he's done his whole career, which is why he deserves all the success he has. And I think he's, again, young players watching him today, seeing that level of effort and desire all the time to keep bettering himself, and as you've seen today, he's still got a lot to offer at this level.
From Martin Boyle as well,
Yeah, I think that's something else. All the international players, I know we always think like it's great to go away and represent the country. It's a massive honour to go and do that, but we've got players that travel all around the world. I know other teams are the same, but it's a huge effort. I think that's the first time. I think Nectar, he's a broken man down there, absolutely shattered. I don't know what time of day he thinks it is right now, because that's the first time he's done it. Dealing with, I know he never played the games, but having to deal with the time zones and changing time zones, and the emotion that goes with that as well. So I think Boyle, excellent today as well. I wouldn't want to single anybody out, to be honest. I thought it was a real team performance, but all the players, especially the international boys that have travelled so far, again, it's down to how they recover and how they rest and how they prepare properly, which is down to the level of professionalism, which is great.
Obviously it's paid off, but is it a tricky decision sometimes to put all these guys straight back in the team with those minds?
It definitely is. There's a lot of different factors with it, like I just touched on there. Lack of sleep. It's not even as just have you played minutes, you've not played minutes, a lack of sleep within it. Have they adjusted to the time zones? As I've just said there, Nectar, that's the first time he's done it. He's really tired now. Where Boyley's obviously done it a lot more used to it. And then even like Nathan, he's coming back the other way, which is against the time zone, so it's probably more difficult for him. But he's a wee bit more accustomed to it, having done it a few times himself. So it is something that you do have to be very mindful of. You need to be mindful as the game's going on as well, looking at their energy levels and how they're coping within it. But I think when you see how Boyle, even still pressed today, even with that, he could easily use the excuse of feeling a little bit tired. But it shows you, one, where he's at confidence-wise and momentum-wise, but also just like the fitness levels and the belief he's got himself, which is good.
Boyle's 15th of the season, how impressive is that?
It's fantastic, it's fully deserved. It's something that I've said for a number of weeks now, and years actually, how he affects games at this level. He's obviously a fantastic player. He's such a threat, especially on the break. He probably got a wee bit disappointed a couple of times today when we did break, that he didn't quite get the break of the ball or a couple of chances. But I think he's also chasing down this 100 goals for the club. I think he's trying to chase that. It's 100, is it?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, he's trying to chase down 100. So he's going to have to go some to get there, but he's got the game's availability to do it, and he's definitely hungry enough to want to try and do it. So I think that's maybe why he'll have a wee look at me when I took him off today when he won that goal. So no, I'm delighted for him, and he fully deserves all the praise because of the consistency of performance he's shown ever since he's been a Hibs player.
Do you anticipate this going all the way?
Very much. All we can do is take care of ourselves. When you look at what the task was before the game today, that's top 6 secured now. That's that done, ticked off with 2 games to go, which is brilliant. That's not happened at this club for a few years now. So that's the first achievement. That's what you set out at the start of every season, make sure you're in the top 6, so that's done. We've put ourselves in a fantastic position. I said to the players before the game and said it in my pre-match comments about changing the narrative in terms of the mindset for the players. We can't catch the team in front now, so what is it a case of? How do you stay there? The only way we can stay there now is to keep winning games of football. We keep winning, nobody can catch us. So that's the focus. Got a real good game to look forward to now. Next week away at Ibrox will be a difficult game, clearly, but one we're in a really good run of form. That's 15 games undefeated in the league, it's an incredible achievement. So we're going into the game in a real good place, and we'll be going there with a game plan to make sure we try and win the game.
Is it 5 or 6 now home wins in a row in all competitions? How important
Glad
is
you're up on the stats because there's too many flying about at
just
the minute.
just like every game you do it that way?
Yeah.
How important is that?
Yeah, very much so. It's all about that momentum and that feeling. I think even when you think about how the game was today, you know, the crowd's right behind us right for the start. They're coming to the games now. There's a feel-good factor around the club, the connection between the players and the fans that has been growing massively on this run, clearly. But you know, some of the occasions we've had in the last 3 or 4 weeks, where you've got that week where we picked up 9 points to 2 home games here, and how that's starting to build. It's been a few weeks since we've been here at home, but coming back, you know, the pitch is getting better all the time as well, this time of year, which is going to help us as well. So everything's geared up for a strong finish, and we've gave ourselves the best possible opportunity, which is all we can ask for at this stage.